Welcome to Laughlin. As part of the series where we're gonna showcase what should you move area. So Laughlin is a little town south of from Las Vegas. It's about 90 miles, so it's about an hour and 30 minutes. It's next to Arizona border, so you will have the Colorado River, part of the Hoover Dam. This town was founded by Donald J. Laughlin. He had a vision around 1960. So this town had 8 total casino property, riverside front. There's also a good attraction during mid-April to August. The Colorado River provides a lot of attraction when you're going to jet ski, Richard Ear, a lot of RV area. So let's explore what makes Laughlin a good place to live and who is this town made for. It's not for everyone. This town has some unique challenges, which I will talk about it, but if you want to live near Arizona, which is Bowhead or with the next town river, it can offer a new perspective. It's a little history of the town. That is the founder. So the first thing that you will notice when you come to Laughlin is this beautiful park. Right now it's about 7 in the morning. They are like doing the grass. And to my right, you're gonna find the Riverside Front Casino. This is also where if you wanna put a commercial store, there's a lot of shopping centers for that area, which include, your typical fast food restaurant, boutique. There's also a mall that we're gonna explore. I'm not gonna go inside, but basically, if you're looking to open a business in Laughlin, this is where you want to put your location, where you get most of the tourist attraction. You got the folks from Arizona, and you got as well folks from Las Vegas. They some also do concert. They do shows. I'm not sure with the nightclub. I know Laughlin doesn't have the real nightclub life that we have in Las Vegas, but if it's not like your cup of tea, I think it should be perfect.
All right, so let's talk about Laughlin. Laughlin started as in the 1960s. It was basically a dusty stop sign for miners and construction workers. Then Don Laughlin, a Vegas casino owner, flew over the area and saw this river and said, yeah, this could be something. So he bought a few acres of land, opening a tiny motel with a handful of slot machines, and boom, this was the spark. Today, you get a full riverfront community with casino, restaurant, boating, jet ski, and a cost of living that has feel like it's stuck in the 90s. People move here for 3 big reasons. One is affordable housing, utilities, and everything. It is peaceful, no traffic, no chaos, just river vibes. It is close to everything. Vegas is about 90 minutes away, and you are right next to the Arizona and California. Now, as you enter Laughlin, you will see this community park with flags and posts, and this is, I believe, not quite sure, but this is where you get the water taxi. I think this property belongs to the riverfront. I saw a lot of signs on this as you walk in. But yeah, it's a good place to do walking, play with your pet. You can still. You got a fresh air, and you have a nice view of the Colorado River. As you approach this area, you will notice some bathrooms, a community park. This flag, I'm not quite sure what was the purpose of this flag, but it's really cool. This is the dock. The water, it was peaceful, calm, and I didn't notice that the water was a little bit decreased to compare, but yeah, I would say check it out if you be in the area with Laughlin. All right, so as you enter Laughlin, the first thing you will notice is this welcome sign, and to the right you have this area with there's a restaurant over there, fast food, and you get free parking as part of the Riverside Front Casino. It's really good stuff. I've been there before. Good time to visit. You just therefore casually drive, and I recommend that spot. As you continue further, you will notice a lot of RV parking. This is one of the biggest retirement area. A lot of RVs. So people who like to travel, if you have an RV, this is where it's parking. You got a lot of parking areas, so you don't have to search around for space. It's a good place for travelers who just want to casually dine in, truck drivers as well. And you got RV for sale. So if you get luck in the casino, want some of the big bucks, you can buy yourself an RV and continue your way. Really good area to explore. I see a lot of RV. That's something that you would notice as you get in.
All right, so we are at the Laughlin Outlet Center. This is like where this is most of the shopping happening. A lot of store inside. However, as you can notice, it's kind of dying due to decline tourists in the town and regular customers not being successful. So you still have some store over there like Family Dollar, local amenities like fast food restaurant. Obviously, you guys the Edgewater Casino over there. But in terms of premium outlet, normally this is where, if you're in the area, this is where you're gonna get. No, one thing you will notice as you walk Laughlin is a lot of jet ski rental next to the Colorado River. This is the winter area, so I don't expect to be a lot of action.
So the shopping center was open in the late 90s during that time when Laughlin was getting a lot of visitors. It had name store brand, food court, you name it, the whole 9 year. And today, as the low population, just enters the other store. Now, as you drive down this road in Laughlin, you're gonna find another cool piece of history, and that is the Tropicana. So Vegas Nevada actually had two Tropicana. This one was opened in 1988. The thing was green. It was more the tropical weather in the Bahamas. So they decided making a Tropicana, which they actually green stuff. So if you're in the area, I would say check it out. It's affordable gaming, affordable food. It's good for the rivers and for the tourists to come. So this is another jewel that we have in Nevada there. Another Tropicana is still around.
In between, halfway between Laughlin. As you said, there's a lot of casino resort on this area. There's a lot of stores as well. Like next to my left, there's a lot of sushi restaurant on that side. And the only thing that I shut down is the Colorado building. It looked like old shit. So far, I don't see nothing over there, but yeah.
So the Pioneer Gamelow Hub's another casino. It's kind of small compared to the other property. So we approach this intersection. You're gonna find the Golden Nugget. This is a bigger property compared to the one in Vegas. It have more parking space, a lot of option for rooms, still affordable, still belong to the same company that own the Golden Nugget in Fremont Street. Now in this area, you're gonna find the Laughlin Casino River Lodge. I think this one has a golf course. I believe, I'm not quite sure, but based on from the outside, it's a pretty good property. Check it out too. They do shows, concerts, you know what I mean. And then you're gonna find the Harrah's, still belong by Caesar Palace, Caesar Entertainment. This is actually on this area, this is where most of the casinos end. Harrah is further away from the rest of the casino resort. And there's actually a little gas station, little restaurant, this location. So This is where like the ends of the Laughlin Strip ends. So technically beyond that, it's just more land for sale. So we can see it's a lot of land available for sale, parts empty. On this area, is not a lot of development going on. Other than that, it's still good auction. You want to build anything like a warehouse.
So one of the beauty about Laughlin is that in the town itself only have about 6,000 residents. However, you have Bowhead, which is across the river. So if you don't want to stay in Laughlin, because Laughlin doesn't have a lot of properties, for 6,000 people, we're going to explore the residential area right now, where the apartment is and most of the property is. There's also a golf club. So if you play golf, the Laughlin River Edge, I think, has a golf club. So, but other than that, pretty relaxing town. So in this area as well, there's another town. It's called Needless. So in total, make Laughlin with combined population about 100,000 people. But like I said, they are spread. So each unique town has their own perspective. Like some folks like to stay in Arizona and just gamble in Laughlin, or you can stay in Laughlin and go to Arizona for your grocery store, Walmart. There's a lot of Home Depot over there. Typical town stuff that they have. Another good thing about it is during the lottery, a lot of folks like to go to Arizona. You can buy your tickets over there. Like for example, in Vegas, I used to go to California border, which is about 40 minutes away. A town called Print, but that's one of the beauty of next to Arizona, that you can buy your lottery tickets in case you want to play the Powerball or your games. They have different. Even though Nevada doesn't have income taxes, Arizona does. I think it's like 2.3%, I'm not mistaken. But however, I'm not licensed in Arizona. I'm more licensed in Nevada. So if you want to relocate to Ballhead, you should have no problem doing that. We're supposed to be another property with the golf course included. However, due to lack of funding, it didn't work out. So we see now the skeleton of the resort.
So back in the late 1880, Laughlin was booming. Casinos were expanding and tourism was strong. And the developer was looking a way to expand. And one of the biggest projects of all time was the Emerald River Resort, a massive $800 million project. It was developed by John Midbeck. The plan was wild for the time. It was supposed to be a 4-star casino resort property, 6,100 total rooms, a massive 1 million square miles of shopping malls and food court, an amphitheater, convention center, nightclubs, restaurant. It was wild for during that time. In a gigantic championship 18-hole golf course. It will be one of the most expensive resort projects in Nevada at that point. I couldn't find no videos. However, I tried to find these videos on YouTube. Basically, this guy went in. Even though, be mindful that this area is no trespassing zone. So this guy basically breaking the law. But for the video's sake, this is where it gives you a piece of history of the inside. But yeah, if you drive by, you see the skeleton. So take it out, look from the outside. It be next to the Ballhead and Needless City. Now, there is this motel further away from Laughlin. I don't know why it's here, but I found it all like in the middle of nowhere. You find this really cool motel. There's also a ranch down this road. This is Casino Drive, so you're gonna see a lot of different structures, different property, and a lot of signs, a lot of land for sale. So you wanna open your property, this will be where it should be.
So this is the residential area of Laughlin. This is where you find most of the 6,000 folks living. or most of the property as well. All right, so this is the Laughlin Town Center. This is like where most of the shopping area happening on this town. You find the only grocery store on this location on the east side of Laughlin. But if you want to shop here, you also have Walmart, go to Needless. That's another town down there. But basically, yeah, this town you're gonna find your local insurance, your local nail salons. What else I can see? It's a cafe shop. No Starbucks though, but maybe you go to Bullhead to get your coffee. There's a gas station over there. So, and over here you also have the DMB. The DMB, yeah. So look like Marker is the only grocery store on this side. I think like most of the local residents. There's a Mexican restaurant over there. Let's see what else we have. There's a local casino. I think it's called the Jackpot. I think one of the local casino on this location. So yeah, this is where most of the local residents do their shopping, I guess, and the DMB if you don't wanna go over there. So good stuff. The local pharmacy. There's a laundromat over here. And this is the DMB, I believe. I believe this is the DMB. Local church.
Now, as you go further down this road, you're gonna find most of the apartments on this location. You guys will find your local school. There's an elementary school on the other side, a local library, a local church. Pretty much where you find in a typical town. You also want to find your local transportation. So Laughlin has a good local transportation. So if you work in the Laughlin area and then you want to stay there, you can actually, I mean, live in this area and you can go there by work by just taking the bus, which is really cool. All right, so let's talk about where people actually live in Laughlin. Because even though it is a small town, it got a few pockets that each have their own bites. First up, you got the Laughlin Bay Village in Riverside. This is basically the nicest part of town. You'll be close to the river, close to the casino, but still quite enough to feel like a neighborhood. Condos, townhouse, and single-family home. It is a solid mix and is one of the most desirable spots in Laughlin based on the data. Then you got Derso Marina and Bay Sands community. These are the super popular with retirees, second homeowners, thin gated entries, pool, low maintenance, price that don't punch you in the face if you want something easy and affordable. This is where a lot of the people land. Up north, you got the North Laughlin, which is more a budget-friendly zone. Older homes, so newer built, sprinkling. It is great if you're trying to get into the market without spending a lot of money. And then technically not Laughlin, but everybody counts. Laughlin ranch across the river in Bullhead City if you want to be next to the golf course. You get bigger homes and a more polished master plan community. There where a lot of the Laughlin workers actually live. And of course, Laughlin has a bunch of 55 plus communities. Quiet, gated, clean, perfect if you want that low stress and low noise lifestyle. All right, so let's break down what's actually happening in the Laughlin housing market. So right now, a median home price in Laughlin will cost you around $290,000. That's actually up 36% from previous year. When it comes to price per square foot, you'll be paying around $201 and $188. Obviously, depends on the zone. Nowadays, when it comes to Laughlin, really show a personality. At home sit between 131 days to 218 days, depends on the property. In average, I would say 100. And some data show 89%, which is kind of slow, relaxed, buyer-friendly market. When it comes to inventory, it's still growing. Right now, it's about 194 active listing. That's on the MLS data. When it comes to rent, an average rent will run you about $1,350 a month, which is below the national average. So people moving from Los Angeles, Seattle, San Francisco will actually lower those numbers. So all that means that Laughlin is affordable, slow paced, and stable. It is not beating. It's not like a beating war market. It's not panic market. It is Rivertown friendly with steady demand and plenty of inventory, which is rare in Nevada at the moment.
All right, so if you're in the vicinity of Riverside, one of the coolest collections that you can check it out is this car show. So this is an early slot machine?
These are Don Laughlin's machines.
Oh, okay. So these are like early machines. Wow. So the town was founded by 1800 or 19?
Yeah, 1800. We've got one over 1894. And that's 1890. 1984 is our oldest one right there.
Oh my God. So at that time, what was the vision of John Laughlin when he founded the town?
What?
What was the vision when he founded the town?
Build another casino.
That was it? That was
Now, there's a history of him in the casino on these little TVs. You can see the whole history of Don.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one by the buffet.
Okay.
It's in the wall, and you can see it.
Oh, cool.
It's about 10 minutes long.
All right, so this is the end of the video. It was fun learning about Laughlin history. Thank you again for your time and your appreciation. As we wrap up the video, the next time we're gonna do Paran. But yeah, if you have any question about Laughlin, anything, leave me a message in the description, and I'll respond back to you. Thank you and enjoy your day.